I'm very pleased to be here on My Magical Thing with Kaz Goodweather, one of the fabulous Seed Sisters, medical and sensory herbalist, author, teacher and activist. Kaz, it's lovely to have you here. Thanks so much for taking the time to show us your magical thing.
Oh, I'm excited. It's lovely to be here. Thank you for having me on.
You're very welcome, my friend. So the moment has come. Kaz, may we see your magical thing, please?
You may, you may, you may. Here is my magical thing.
Ooh.
Super magical.
Whoa, cool.
Slight burn there. Let's see if I can show you my burn on my magical thing.
Oh yeah, got it. Yeah, can see that. Tell us the story of your magical thing, Kaz.
Many moons ago, on our very first workshop that we ran on the sensory herb apprenticeship, a lady came and brought both Fiona and I the gift of these necklaces. And Michelle, her name is, and it was her partner Martin that made them. We task everyone to go off and connect with a particular plant, and they go off and spend the 4 seasons delving in and watching that plant. And her plant was elder at the time, and these are elder beads. And it was such a really powerful moment to be gifted these necklaces, and in particular because this is made from cherry wood, the heart. And for me personally, cherry was and is the tree that led me to the path that I'm on right now. Because when I was 7 years old and I lived in North London at the top end of a terrace at the top of the hill, we were really lucky because we had a corner garden, so we had the biggest amount of space on everyone in the crescent, which meant all the local kids came and hung out in our garden. And we often sat under a cherry tree, and this beautiful cherry tree used to flower in March every year, and it was one of those showy ornamental cherries that gave you those big blousy pink blooms. And I loved that cherry tree so much. It was my friend, and I learnt a lot about the fairy folk, and I connected. It was my first proper tree connection. And one day I came home from school and the cherry tree wasn't there. Yeah, and I still feel really, really bereft. And I didn't speak for about a week. I just stopped speaking because it was such a shock that the cherry was gone. And I was told that there was it was diseased and it was dying anyway, but it didn't matter. It was such a shock. And later on in life, when I left home, I left quite young. I left at 15, and I moved on to the road protest, and I spent a lot of like that angsty youthful time tied to trees or being up trees and trying to stop trees being chopped down. And I believe that magic, well, for me, my magic is purpose driven. And for me, my whole life is magical and purpose driven. And my number one kind of seed is to protect and nurture nature and all of life. And it comes from being in love with the cherry. So this magical item calls forth the tree elements, all of those super strong and ancient beings, and whatever other magic that I wish to call into my life or bring forth. I know the cherry's at my heart and the elder around my neck. So this is my magical item. And I feel very, very blessed and grateful for Michelle and Martin to have made them for us.
Thank you, Michelle and Martin. Thank you, Kaz, for sharing that story. Thank you for the work that you do. The burn on the side of the heart.
Yes. My burnt heart, my burnt heart. The burn on the side of my heart, honestly, I have no idea, but this is how I tell my heart apart from Fee's heart. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It's these have come everywhere with us, and it's probably about 15 years. So I have angst that they're strung on leather, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, what if it snaps? I have to like get in touch with them and get them to make me more.
Kaz Goodweather, that's such a lovely, magical thing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's really appreciated, my friend. Thank you.
A pleasure.
All right, we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.